first video was taken on the 11th of June 2020 in Kashiram Park, Pradesh, India. Worried locals had informed the police of paranormal activity around the gym equipment. A police spokesperson, a Mr. Rahul Srivastav, asked why the supposed ghost would see the need to keep fit. Police investigated and found no apparent reason for the activity. YouTuber Jonesy Jones was alerted when his new security camera detected movement in his home. In the 10-second clip recorded on his Canary camera, 2 strips of misty air appear to be floating from the ceiling across the living room and down towards the sofa before disappearing. Jonesy Jones commented, "I don't know about you, but this is the closest thing I've ever seen actually captured on video of the afterlife." On the 25th of February 2020, YouTube user Really Haunted filmed some footage that showed his home was really haunted. We see what appears to be a tennis ball roll onto the floor before changing direction and rolling towards the camera. As we can see, the ball seems to roll back into frame before hesitating and finally heading toward the doorway. What could be causing this? Is it pulled along by a string? Blown by a slight breeze maybe? Or is it something unexplained? TikTok user T.S. Mosley works in a movie theatre and checks the building when everyone has left.
Check the door.
On this evening, however, something unexpected happens.
And you just go in.
Watch the projector window.
I just saw somebody up here, and it's the scariest I've ever seen, dude. I was just down here, and I was back down there in that corner right there, and I literally just can't. What the f?
As he investigates further, something peers at him from behind a piece of equipment. The video ends at that point, and we are left to wonder whether the apparition was real, or was someone playing a trick. In this clip we see a set of doors with the keys in the lock swinging all by themselves. A creepy figure then flashes past the doors, but seems to disappear halfway across. Some have suggested that the figure is a child on a bicycle, although that doesn't explain why he suddenly vanishes. Nothing more is known about this clip, so please share your thoughts in the comments below. In this segment we see some rather spooky CCTV footage of what appears to show a cat being stalked by the ghost of its feline friend. The owner, Juliet, received a notification from their security camera in Essex on July the 13th, 2020. They were surprised to see their neighbour's cat, Topsy, being followed by a spectral figure. The footage shows Topsy passing in front of two parked cars when a phantom cat appears directly behind the pet. After showing the footage to a neighbour, the neighbour confirmed that Topsy's friend Licorice had disappeared around 6 weeks before. TikTok user Makeup by Eileen, and shows two of her dogs being rather distracted by something they can see or hear outside the window. But while their backs are turned, a blanket which was laid across the sofa begins to move, almost as if breathing. The two dogs are apparently oblivious to what is happening beside them. Our next clip comes courtesy of an alleyway in Taiwan on a dark and rainy night. As the man heads towards his motorbike, a small girl wearing a red dress suddenly appears behind him. Some have commented that the girl is just peering behind the rear of the parked vehicle. But if you watch as a motorbike passes by the road, the front wheels seemingly pass right through the little girl's head. Taiwanese legends tell of a ghostly spirit known as a tagalong, who has often been known to stalk its victims and follow wherever they go. The tagalong is usually depicted as being a small girl wearing a red dress. TikTok user Holly Armstrong 20 posted this video with the caption, 5 seconds before I jetted out of this house and threw a match behind me. Holly, who was house sitting at the time, spotted the doll, which is sat in a wardrobe, suddenly begin to swing its legs from side to side, and at one point lifts its leg into the air.
Oh my god.
What do you think is going on here? Let me know in the comments.
Oh my god.
The CCTV of a parking lot in Malaysia captured this footage of a figure appearing from nowhere and stepping into the front of a moving vehicle. The driver and passenger exit the vehicle, obviously believing that they have ran someone over. They search under the front and the rear of the vehicle to find no one, nothing at all. Interestingly, although both passengers and the CCTV corroborated the events of that night, no one seems to have found a suitable explanation. Reddit user Blunder Defect captured this footage in his garage just before midnight. A strange shape seems to pass through the car and suddenly vanish. A spider on the lens maybe, or something else. In this clip we see what at first appears to be a commuter stumble and fall onto the railway tracks. But all is not as it seems. When zoomed in, the outline of an apparition can be seen actively pushing the commuter from behind. The apparition can still be seen for a few seconds after the woman takes her fall. Please let me know what comments you may have on this. Is demonic possession real? Well, take a look at this. Filmed on a security camera in a Chinese supermarket. The older lady hears something fall in the aisle behind her, and as she replaces it back on the shelf, things start to turn a little strange. Writhing and seemingly in pain, she eventually sinks to the ground and begins to appear possessed. As the other patrons come to her aid, a large burst of energy passes by them, visibly forcing them back, as well as disrupting the camera feed. Eventually, things begin to calm down, and almost as if it was an afterthought, we see those same items fall from the shelves once again.